Making a salt impregnated tissue paper filter for your homemade cloth face mask. You need 29 grams approximately of normal household salt. So let's just do that. So a bit more, yeah, 30 grams of salt or thereabouts, and 100 millilitres of water or thereabouts. It's all very rough. And mix those together in a saucepan. There we go with those. 29 grams of salt, roughly, and 100 millilitres of water, and then just warm that on the stove until it dissolves. There's a good chance it won't all dissolve, and you'll be left with a white solution. Just add a little bit more water at a time until it all dissolves. All that matters is that you have a saturated solution of salt in water, and the point at which it's saturated is when it just all dissolves. Nice and easy. So there we are, warming the solution. You don't want to boil it, you just want to have it warm, and we should give that a stir and try and dissolve all the salt. As I say, if it doesn't all dissolve, just add a little bit more water until it does. Okay, so we've got nearly all the salt dissolved, a couple of grains left, doesn't matter. That means basically all the salt that is going to dissolve in that water has dissolved, so you have a saturated solution. And a couple of grains of salt over the edge. Doesn't matter, it's only salt, isn't it? Not a problem. Okay, so now we're ready to make the tissue paper impregnated, salt impregnated filter with our advanced technology. We have here Tupperware lid, spoon, tissues, standard household tissues. So take a tissue, so you can see it, stick it on your whatever flat surface you decided to use, and take a spoonful or so of your saline solution and wet your tissue paper. Okay. And we take another tissue paper and interleave like that. The idea being that you will have been creating a mesh of saline saturated tissue fibres that when they dry out will form salt crystals, and it is those salt crystals that have been shown, according to the article in Nature magazine in 2017, to be highly effective at denaturing virus particles, which is probably a good thing to have going on the air you're breathing in and out, thus stopping you from spreading it and limiting your chances of inhaling a live virus particle. Interestingly, when they took the paper filters out of the experimental situation and tried to grow viruses from the paper filters which hadn't been treated with a saline solution, they had no problem at all cultivating virus from those papers. The papers that had been coated with a salt solution, absolutely zero virus was capable of being grown from them. It had all been denatured, which is jolly good news, isn't it? Right, so that's one filter made, and then you need an equally high-tech piece of equipment. Here's one I prepared earlier, a drying rack, which is a picture frame with some string on. Do whatever you like, anything will do, any rack, any drying thing. It's just this is handy because I can stick it outside in the sunshine. There you go. Paper on the drying rack, and I've got it because I leave it on the outside and I don't want it to blow away. I've got two strings like that. There you go. It just stops it blowing away. Should the wind get up on this goes out on a sun lounger. What fun. So there you go. And then when that's dry, you put it inside your cloth mask. If you're in a humid environment, this will absorb moisture. Hello, Lever. Will absorb moisture from the air, so I tend to fold them inside a kitchen paper towel and iron them before I use them. This gives you a lovely, neat paper filter, which also allows you to breathe in warm, salty air, so it's just like being on a tropical holiday. So there you go. I hope that works for you. Okay, so here's your sun-dried, salinated tissue paper filter, 3 tissue papers, dried out in the sun. See, it's fairly stiff now. That's all the salt on all the coating all the fibres. Here's your cloth face mask, which has a pouch made with a pouch inside. I can put a link onto the design for these, but they're pretty straightforward. And you basically just open it up. I'll tilt this so you can have a look. Is that there? Yeah. So what's going on? Maybe you need a bit more light on that. There we go. So all I do is just fold it a bit like that. Stick it in the end. Turn it around. Fold it in. Open it out. There you have the saline coated tissue paper filter inside your mask, and that is a disposable element. You need to make a stack of those. From one pot of that you can make about, I don't know, eight of the masks, and then rub it on your face. And this is made out of t-shirt material, a double layer of sleeve t-shirt material. The research we did suggested that this was a pretty good compromise. There are slightly better materials, but they're less comfortable to wear, and they don't make as good a seal. So having a bit of a stretch in it allows you to have a really good seal. And now whenever I breathe out, anything I'm breathing out has the aerosol removed, and the main means of transmission is the inhale of aerosol containing virus particles. You've eliminated that anyway, even without the salt filter. But with the paper and salt filter, you are denaturing any viruses that's getting caught in that filter. Obviously, the cloth mask, you need 2. You need 1 to wear and 1 to wash and dry. We've just been washing it by boiling it in water for 15 minutes and then hanging it out in the sun to dry, and then ironing the hell out of it while it's still a little bit damp, because then you have the steam effect as well, which helps to denaturize everything. I'm not guaranteeing that this will get you 100% safety, but it's a hell of a lot better than no mask. And as I say, I'm not producing an aerosol for other people to breathe, and I am denaturing anything that I breathe in that comes through that paper filter. Obviously, the tighter you fit, the better. It's really easy to breathe through, and you are breathing salt air, sea air, so it's got to be good for you, hasn't it? Anyway, that's the best I can do. Good luck, have a happy apocalypse, and I'll see you in the Survivors Lounge. Namaste.